Hello, welcome back to Minecraft, we which we're making in Python using Peter Amlan's Ursina 3D game engine. And 2D, you can do. That's what I should do next, just have a little break from making Minecraft all the time. I should do some. What are some. Put down in the comments, what's fun in 2D? I'm thinking asteroids. If you can beat asteroids, then I'll make your game that you suggest. Um, Okay, so last video, I think if I press N, that loads. Yes, where we were last time. Right, so yeah, at the end of the video, we had this really cool bug. And well done if you solved it. I also solved it immediately after the video, and then I put the code in. And so what I've done now is just change the code. So we've recreated it. It's literally not even one line of code we have to change. So looking at it, those blocks are built blocks, i.e. ones that we've gone into build mode and we've done something like this. And actually you can see now, that's weird, isn't it? I'm actually placing down terrain cubes. That's really, oh, that's an unanticipated part of this bug. But basically, the build tool entity, our wireframe cube friend here, is now using a texture it shouldn't be using. And that's what our builds model is using if it was saved and now has been loaded back into the game. So all we have to do really, let's just come out of here, is inside the load function, which is in the main file, the main module, or our PyCraft tutorial code, if that's where you're looking on GitHub. The link to the GitHub and all the files and assets and everything is in the description. So in that load function, we then say when we're recreating or instantiating the builds entity. So this is part of our mining system where we place down new blocks and in the future new items and things like this, even mobs and things. So we build an entity, and then that entity is going to have just one mesh, and that mesh made out of all the vertices, triangles, colors, and UVs that we've saved in something. Somewhere. See the previous video to know how all that works. Probably one of the most complicated things that we've done in the tutorial series so far, so I won't go back into it. And anyway, at the end, something very simple. I just said texture. Oh, just slap on the cube texture, which is the terrain, which is not what we want. What we want is the block texture or build texture, sorry, that has been stored as a field, as a piece of data belonging to, or a variable belonging to the Varch mining system class. Let me just go into this prepared mining system just to remind you or show you for the first time if you're interested. So here's our class declaration, the mining system, which we've named Varch after a viewer. Hello Varch, if you're still watching. And then down here we've got all the member variables that will belong to Varch, and here we have the build texture, which is the build texture.png, and that's just a simple texture that maps to each of the 6 faces of our cubes that we're building. And then what we do, incidentally, is we just shine through different colors to have like grass or soil or diamond or netherite or whatever else you need. And we should experiment with transparencies and things later on for water and other things. Okay, so back to the main code. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to save that as Varch build text. Now let's just play that. And while that's just loading, I'll just tell you what I'm planning to do in this video. A few days ago, I can't remember how many exactly, I sorted out a few other bugs. Oh, there we go. Just that little change. we've now got diamond, as it were, on the top. We've got it was an actual piece of the terrain underneath the diamond, and then we've got soil that we've mined out there. And this is still running real silky smooth. There's a bug that I want to attend to. I had one try of doing something and it didn't work. But where we've got, like, I presume this is the original entity of a mega set or something like that, that we have to make visible in order to make everything else visible, but then it just sits there. There is a way to do it. I did it in a different, I'm making a different version of this, and I didn't have this problem. So I've done it differently. Basically, what happens is I kind of make everything really high and then lower everything, and so this guy stays up in the sky far away, i.e. you can't really see it, but we can leave him visible so we can see everything. Right, so what I've already done, and I'm just going to whiz through as quickly as I can really, is we've got to sort out the trees. So the trees at the moment, if you load in a new terrain, an old terrain, then the trees that had already been made just hang around. So we want to destroy those. And also what we want to do when we're saving, we want to save all the trees as well and put those onto our list that we're saving into a file, and then, or pickling into the file, then unpickling it at the end when we're loading it in again. And the other thing was, let's see if I can demonstrate this now. This always doesn't work when I try and demonstrate it. So we can mine like that brilliantly, and we can go deep down like this. Lovely, everything's working brilliant. We can like take away that guy. We can't take away that guy because we get this hole coming through the terrain. So what was happening is my logic test of, okay, is there like terrain above or below you? Should I spawn a pretend or the illusion of a layer? That logic has failed, and it's saying, oh, I shouldn't put a block there because it'll look silly, when actually there should be one there. So it was a little more complicated than it sounds, but I've sorted it out. So we'll go and sort that, and I think that's the main thing. Yeah, I'm just checking that now. I'm not just placing like terrain textured blocks, but what we should be doing, including our netherite. Very good. Yes, right, let's get coding. Let's get changing this. So if you're following along, you can see what I'm doing. So I need to save this code as Pycraft21. Save that. And I'm also going to have to open up tree and mining, because I'm going to add some new stuff to those. So I want to open up previous 7 days. Can we get a tree? Previous 30 days. Oh, there's a mining system. And now I'm just going to have to navigate. I couldn't see trees there. I have to open up. Can I just come in here and then go there? Yeah. Sorry, just doing some basic navigation, you know. There's pickling, tree. Oh god, no, that did go wrong. Right. Okay. Computer science at home, general dev, coding algorithms. Why have I got really weird views on? I just want basic icons. What's going on? Anyway, I don't know. Right. I need cloned gits. There we go. And then I'm going into Python. Oh, it's all in order. Let's just put it in name order. Oh god. I just want none. There we go. Just put them all in together. Documents. And now I want icons. That's the view I'm used to. Okay, clone gits. Ursina tutorials. There we are. Python Minecraft. And then as our cave system, we want um, trees system. Finally. There we go. I'm just wondering, in my prep, I would have had to change the name of the tree system that you're referencing. Oh yeah, well done. So I changed that to tree prep and mine prep. Good. Okay, so let's start in here in our main module, um, which I've just called prep. So I've got this little system where I just saved any changes underneath three scores. Right, reversed first two for save terrain. Current mega set equals to. Oh right, so another bug. I think yeah that we haven't that we hadn't anticipated in the previous video, tutorial 20, was that when you resave something. So let's say you've loaded up an old terrain, like I showed just now, and then you made some changes, and then save that again. Um, the things that you've loaded are different in nature to what they were originally, and so basically we've got to save things into megasets so that we can interact with them, we can mine with them, and things like that. So I needed to fit in. Oh, so I needed to fit in all the builds things into a mega set, and then I'm going to have to do that for the trees as well. I think that's right. So firstly, we need to say current mega set equals 2 at the very beginning. So let's go and do that. So back into my main module. I should have looked at what line that was. Oh, I'm close. There we are. So it's around 113. Current megaset does not equal 0, but equals 2. There we go. So that'll be very clear how that works later on. Okay, so we've done that. Should I kind of... No. Just in case this whole video goes wrong, I'll just keep those stars. So 1 of 7. So we've only got 7. 6 more to do. Right, 2. Delete this. Doesn't work. So that's line 143. Buddy scale. Oh yeah, I've tried to make the that horrible flickering block kind of disappear that I was talking about, like the megaset block, because that position 000. Um, what position was that? Sorry, 140. Um, we tried to just shrink it to 0, but it didn't work. There we go. In fact, let's just take away the whole thing. Save that. Okay, we're whipping through these, you see. Next one. Okay, this looks like a bit of a larger change. Where are we now? Okay, so now we're in load. So we're loading in a trees counter. Trees list, we're clearing it. So a list of trees. I don't think I did that in previous videos, so I must have made this in preparation. Sorry, a few days ago. We're clearing out the trees list. We're combining all the trees. So this trees variable is, oh, it's like a mega set but for trees. So we're combining all the tree models into one model called trees, just like we do for our terrain to make it run a lot smoother. So yeah, we're combining that. Then we're destroying that. Ah, I see, because these are the present trees in our scene. So they're the ones that are kind of floating in the air because they're not part of or fitting with the new terrain that we've loaded in from a saved piece of terrain. So this is basically just destroying all the trees and things. And then we're creating a new trees entity, and then trees list equals the Ent's list. So Ent, like in Lord of the Rings. So that's presumably this Ent list. If I just scroll up, there we go. I should have put a star 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 here. Whoops. There we go, star star star. So that's new. So now on our file, we're saving 6 lists or 6 things, 6 objects at least, some of which are lists. There we go. So index 6 is our ends. Right, let's just drop that in. So it's line 224-ish. Here we are in our load function. So it's around here. There we go. And we'll just add a little note there. Trees, smiley face. And then scrolling, was it scrolling down a little bit? Oh, so here we are deleting all the current terrain and deleting all the current builds. So there we're saying, okay, let's delete all the current trees. So let's go back to there. There it is. So now we're deleting all the current trees. So let's just copy all of that stuff. Put it there, and we'll just make ourselves a comment. So destroy all current trees in the scene, and finally repopulate list of tree, I think they're locations, with loaded data from file. There we go. So I think we're going to have to make a tree counter in a little while on the trees system module. A list of all the trees we're just clearing. So clear is a way to clear a list. Combining all the trees. Oh, so the reason why you're thinking, well, why do we combine all the present trees in the scene if we're going to delete all those trees? That's because some of the trees won't be combined into the main like trees mega set. We've only got one mega set, just called trees at the moment. Our terrains haven't really got big enough in my debugging sessions to ever cause a problem yet, but presumably we might have to make this a little bit more sophisticated later on. But anyway, we combine them all, so we've got all the present trees, and then we destroy that trees entity, knowing that it includes all the trees in the present scene. Lovely. So those 4 lines have cleared everything, and then we make a new empty trees entity, and that's what we can start combining any new trees that we're generating in our new terrain. And by the way, Solar, hello Solar, if you're still watching. Yes, that was the name of our tree system when we imported it. I better just go and show that, just in case you haven't watched any of the other videos. Hello, by the way, welcome. Let's just have a look. There we go. So from tree system, import trees. This tree system is the, where is it? This tree system Python module file that we're going to work on in a moment. And then we're importing the trees class. So if I just go and have a look at that file, there it is. The trees class. That's got all the information for how to make trees and build them. And if you want your trees to look different, this is where to go to change all these details. You could literally, like on Blockbench or on Blender or anywhere, or just download a tree model, and you could put that in plant tree here, and then it would look like you want the trees to look like. I've just used 2 cubes that kind of sitting on each other, made one of them green and one of them brown. That's all I've done so far, no texture either. Anyway, back to our main module, tutorial 21 module. If I scroll down, let's just see where I've named Solar as the tree system. Hopefully I haven't gone past it already. There we go. So Anoush is our cave system, which we need to update. Solar is our tree system, and Varch is the mining system. We might need to do that. Oh no, I probably did this last video, mega sets on the end here, I hope. Anyway, right. So next thing, next thing. So we've done all that. Oh, there's one down here. After we create the terrain entities, we need to reset generation variables. Varch builds entity equals cube model texture equals build texture. I'm not sure what that was. But anyway, for t in ent list, so for every tree on the ent list that we've loaded from a file, we then call the plant tree function. So the ents list, we're just saving a list of locations. Then I've written a little note for ourselves to correct textures that have been saved twice, i.e. having been transferred from megasets to builds. Why not just populate builds? I don't know what that means. I can't remember. Anyway, maybe I just wrote this comment as I was trying to work out the other glitch. I don't know. But anyway, right, let's go and see what we need to change. Presumably, we just need to copy in this. 21. What line was that? Around 251. 251. So that's a bug solved. Was it underneath this megasets code? It's where we create, so this is like the new terrain. We put all the new terrain into the megaset 0. Oh, I'm just having a memory about what the other thing was about, but let me just do this trees thing. Oh, so it's create terrain entities, so underneath that, before the megaset 0. So create terrain entities, and then we do it here. So go and plant loaded trees from the list. Good. T0, T1, T2. So presumably this is just a X, Y, and Z thing going on. If we just have a look at the tree system, we should have a function or a method called plant tree. Yeah, and we've got X, Y, and Z. So you put an X, Y, and Z, and a tree will appear at that location. So that's what we're doing. We're just iterating over all the trees on that list, and we just have X, Y, and Zs for each tree that's on the list. Good. So it looks like, in other words, we're not just saving, like we're doing with the training things, a load of vertices and UVs and all of that. We're just saving locations of the trees, and then we're literally generating the entities, planting those trees there, building up something anew, which is a way we could have done this actually. Maybe that would have been better. Who knows? It's only through experience where you work these things out. Right, so we've planted those. Let's just go back to this prepared code. Something else going on, wasn't there? So, well, no, we haven't put Varch in. Okay, that's fine. And then, okay. Don't give this to build, but another megaset. This will mean we can mine it as well as saving it next time. No, that's wrong. That my comment there doesn't make sense because Varch builds can be mined. It's checked in the mining system, so that's okay. So maybe this was just a note to self. Maybe if it didn't work, then I could have done it this way. So I think that's just legacy comment. So it's just underneath the megaset 0 thing. Let's just go and have a look. So underneath here, so yeah, I've solved a bug, and I've actually put it in the previous thing. So we can leave that. That's fine. And in fact, I will delete that comment. Save that prepared code. Right, next one. Have we just got 2 more things to look at, or maybe one more thing? Right. reset the game state, and we want, current mega set equals 2. Notice that matched what we did earlier on. I think the first thing we changed. So this, remember, when we're loading the new terrain, it's like we're resetting all of these basic variables for generating the terrain, like which current cube are we on? Are we generating or not? It looks like we're switching off generation. And we're trying to change our subject rotation, which did not work, actually. So I can maybe take that off the prepared code. Right, let's just have a look at our code here. So I think we've got everything. So that is different again. Let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. And we've got, it looks the same. 1, 2, 3, 4 down there. That's 7, isn't it? Right. Tower algorithm. To prevent being sucked up beyond step height, bug is that it may force us through the bottom of the terrain. Yes. I don't think this is what I'm doing now. I think this is an old thing that I changed. Let's just have a look. 4, 5, 6. So I think this will look identical. Yeah, that looks identical. So in fact, in that code, I'll take that away. Good. So I'll now prepare, our main module is exactly the same. Let's just go and do the trees, because the trees are all about, saving those. Sorry, the changes that we've made so far in the main module are to do with trees. So line 17, here's where we make a new trees list. In fact, let's just copy that out. I mean, not copy, let's type that out. The opposite of what I meant. Right. So in our constructor function, or the initialization of our class, parent of trees for optimization, we then want to make a list of all trees planted. So this trees list equals square brackets to ask for a list. So I've got to get that exactly right. Is it trees plural, lower case L, to match here? Oh, I'll just go to my tree prep. Yep, plural, lowercase. What I'm looking for, yes, let's just do the same thing as I did before. So I just find those. One of 3. There's only 3 changes to make. Right, in check tree, when we're planting a tree, we want to append, a vector 3, so just a position. So this vector just holds 3 values. So it's just like a variable that can hold 3 things. And vector 3s are traditional for holding floating point numbers, so which are perfect for locations. So let's just add that to line 28. So if we're planting a tree, basically we just record that we have done that, and we're just recording not the tree but its location. So tree system, where are we? Plant tree. No, not in plant tree. It's check tree. Under plant tree. There we go. And I'll just add a comment. Record tree location to list of trees. Save that. One more change, wasn't there, to the tree system? 3, right at the end. Tree counter. I don't think I've made that yet, have I? So I need to go and make that. Let's just go and have a look. Tree parent equals this trees. So I'm just parenting the tree to its like mega set of trees. This tree counter plus equals 1. So where is that at the bottom of? Oh, so at the very end of planting the tree. So if all that's gone successful, we've actually planted the tree, generated its entities, whatever, combined it if we need to, blah, blah. So we're saying every 40-second tree, we are combining it into the megaset. So we're not, every time we plant a tree, we're not combining it into the tree's megaset, else that slows things down. But is that all we have to do? Well, I've changed 4 to 42, is that right? Let's have a look at the tree system, right down the bottom. Yeah, so beforehand, the previous video, every fourth tree was getting combined, so it's maybe a bit slow. So let's change that to 42. Oh, and I've already got trees counter. I don't remember doing that. But anyway, we've got trees counter already. Plus equals 1. So if we didn't have that, and I've just forgotten to mark it out, you need to include that. Where do I make my trees counter then? In the initialize it. So, oh, there. Trees counter equals 0. Oh, I must have done it in like video 19 or 20 in order to, yeah, just to count how many trees we've got in order to use this modular maths. Cool. So that's the tree system done. So file save that. Should we see if that is actually working? So I've gone back into the main module, tutorial 21 code, and okay, we've got trees, we've got giant axolotl, and I can walk around generating terrain. And now if I load old terrain, something's gone wrong. Oh, right. So ent list, yeah, we need to save the trees onto there. Oh, our saved code won't have that on the file because that saved code, that saved file was from a previous video. Let me just make this change, which I've forgotten to mark out. Where are we? Load. Here we are. So this is a save function. If I just scroll down, here's all the megasets and things like that. New list, yeah, right at the end. So an index 6 was that? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got solar, which is our tree system, and tree list. So we're just saving the list of trees, which remember is a list of vector 3 locations. Nothing else we have to change. So I just forgot to mark that out. Let's do that now, just in case I revisit this code. So go back to here. So I'm back in the main module. That must be the load function and the save function. So it's literally just there. So I need a comma between these list items. And there we go. Save that now. I think that does mean if we try and load from the old code, from the old file, sorry, which has the old style list on it, it still won't work because it'll be out of range. Let's just see. Yeah, list index is out of range, so we have to save ourselves a new file. So let's do that now. See what seed we get. Talking of seeds, someone left an interesting issue on GitHub page about generating random seeds and things. Thank you for doing that. I think you just closed the issue. So maybe because I think you were watching one of the earlier videos where we didn't have a randomized seed generation, and then you created pretty much, actually a slightly better version than the one that I did in a later video. I might quickly go and have a look so I can mention your name, sorry. Right, so we just need to quickly build something to save it. There we go. Okay, I've stopped generating the terrain because I'm in build mode, and we can kind of see the trees like this. Let's try and save with B. Oh, it actually saved. There we go. And then we'll just exit. Oh, while I'm exiting, let me just go and find that person. There we go. Oh, look, looking at an old video to see what I did in the end of the last video. Oh, here we are. So here's a GitHub page if you haven't seen it before. So if you click any of the links in the videos to see the code, all the code is here. And I put the old code in code from previous videos. There we go. And at the top here, we've got an issues page, which is where you can add a new issue. Like if you've got a new axe animation, like from Anoush, or Solar has got the fact that he can break all the trees and he fixed the gravity and make Axolotl follow you. You can put requests here and things, and then I need to have a look at the closed issue. Sorry, yeah, randomize seeds for Perlin generation. That's by insufficient RAM. So thank you very much, insufficient RAM, for doing that. Yeah, we've got loads of good ideas and some code that you've put together there. So thank you very much for that. Is that your icon? That's really good. What's that say? Stupid yet able to code. Same here. Right. What am I doing? Oh yeah, we've just got to test this, haven't we? And then let's have a look. And then maybe we could finish it here, and then we could sort out the terrain bug next time. So I'll stop generating the terrain. So the giant goose should stop there, but these trees should all go away, and we should have, yes, lovely, correct textures, giant axolotl in the tree, and the trees from the saved code, and our giant goose is still there, Vincent. Wonderful. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. So we sorted out the textures, we've got trees now saving and loading correctly. All we need to do is sort out the mining glitch. Okay, thank you very much.